There was blood all over your hands.
Gary's blood?
Next Wednesday.
Are we friends?
It could be retrograde amnesia. He may never recover certain memories.
You're saying Gary has no memory of who stabbed him? That means I did it! That means I did it, Jordan!
Desperate times.
It was a video. She tried to delete it. I uploaded it to the cloud.
A sex tape?
Call for desperate measures.
What is this about?
Agent Watt wants to interview Penelope. I want you to represent her.
Tyler Perry Sistas. All new next Wednesday at 9. Watch it live on BET.
Hey y'all, it's your Missniecytv and I'm here to break down the trailer for Sistas Season 8, Episode 9. The trailer picks up where it left off and Jordan is explaining to Penelope that the night of Gary's stabbing, he found her with blood all over her hands. She's like, was it Gary's blood? So apparently Penelope was at the banquet hall the night of Gary's stabbing. It looks like Penelope really did stab Gary, but my question is, how was she able to break free from witness protection program? Weren't they supposed to be following her every move or something? Apparently Agent Watt didn't do too good of a job at watching Penelope, even though he was supposed to be protecting her and watching her. Over at the hospital, we have Gary asking Hudson, are we friends? So apparently Gary's not acting and he really doesn't remember anybody. Since Gary has memory loss, I wonder how much of the night of the stabbing that he remembers, and will he ever be able to tell someone who actually stabbed him? Hudson is taken aback by Gary asking that question because at the end of last week's episode, during the trailer, Hudson was like, you're doing a really good job acting. I would play like I wouldn't know her either. She's great. Hudson probably feels some type of way about that because Gary is supposed to be his best friend. So this makes me wonder, if Hudson is Gary's power of attorney, is there a way that they could overturn the paper since Gary doesn't remember signing? Then we see Hudson talking to Dr. Reed, and Dr. Reed is like, Gary has retrograde amnesia and it might be permanent. Dr. Reed also said that Gary might only remember certain memories, and I find it crazy how he only remembers the ones with Andy in them and he only remembers her. He don't remember nobody else. Tamara then pops up out of nowhere and she's like, so Gary doesn't remember who stabbed him? That sounds kind of interesting. Where did you come from? And why is your first question, so Gary doesn't remember who stabbed him? That makes it sound like you did it. Tamara, are you there to even visit Gary? And I find it funny how she comes back after Penelope's been released from witness protection. Is Tamara the one that actually stabbed Gary, but she saw Penelope the night at the banquet hall and she's there to tell Gary not to say nothing? Back over in the parking lot, Jordan is still explaining to Penelope how he found blood on her hands, and Penelope's like, that means I did it, Jordan. Just from that statement alone, it seems like Penelope doesn't remember what happened that night, so if it does come down to Penelope having to go to jail for this, she doesn't remember anything, so she could plead insane. Over at the gym, we have Hayden talking to his friend Dominic, and it turns out that Dominic might not be the friend that Hayden thinks he is, and that's really sad because Hayden's only friend is Gary, and Gary don't remember nobody. And Hayden is definitely not friends with Gary anymore after what Gary did to him. Speaking about the whole Gary situation, Hayden is explaining to Dominic the situation with him, Tamara, and Gary, and how he found out that Gary and Tamara were sleeping with each other. Dominic is like, so you found them in the house together? Hayden's like, no, I found the sex tape on her phone and I saved it to the cloud. Turns out that Zach is there too. I wonder if he's there on his own will because Zach likes to go to the gym, or is it because Fatima told him to follow Hayden's every move? But either way, Zach's reaction to Hayden explaining the situation between him, Gary, and Tamara is priceless. I wonder if this will cause Zach to add Hayden to the suspect board and really think that he's a suspect now after what he heard. Over at Andy's penthouse, we have Jordan and Penelope coming over, and first of all, Andy's better than me because Penelope will not be allowed in my house no more after she slapped me in my own home. But I guess Andy's trying to do everything that she can so she can stay in good graces with Jordan, and Andy's like, so what is this about? And it's like, Agent Watt wants to interview Penelope, then he has the audacity to open his mouth and say, I want you to represent her. My answer would be, hell no, I'm not representing her after she slapped me and the way she talked to me in the hospital. I'm not helping her at all. She better find somebody else to represent her, but knowing Andy, she's like, I'll do anything I can to help. Even if Andy decides to help her, I think Andy should be like, I'll help her only under one condition, if I could just slap her back the way she slapped me. First question is, why was Jordan's first thought to run to Andy? You couldn't find somebody else to represent her? Jordan, I thought you said you couldn't look at her and didn't want to talk to her. Let me know what you guys think about the trailer. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your bell notifications. Bye!